Hi everybody, Claire here from Rainbow Acrylics. I'm so excited. I'm going to have a really fun time with this next pour. I don't know if you've seen my videos of my heart paintings. I did these, I did a Dutch pour, a couple of Dutch pour hearts like this, and I don't know if you can see, if I bring it in a bit closer, it's a Dutch pour, but I blew it around with my mouth, so it's quite condensed colour, and I love it. So it just got me thinking, if I can do this on a heart shape, I reckon I could do this on other shapes. And I have the idea of a peacock feather in my mind. So really gently blowing out the lines of the peacock feather, really amazing bright colours. So that's what I'm going to try. It might not work, but I won't know unless I try. So I'm really excited. So let me show you the colours I'm using. So these are the gorgeous, gorgeous colours I'm using. Lots and lots of colours. I'm not going to list them all here now. I'm going to put them in the description of the video. So if you click on the title of this YouTube video, it will come up with a description and I will list all the colours I'm using. This is a very rough outline of the peacock feather I'm going to use. So I've just drawn it onto some paper and cut it out. So the central part here, when I looked at some actual peacock feathers and the colours, and it seems to be very deep, intense colours of kind of blues and purples. So I've got a dark purple and a sparkly one, and then again a dark blue and a sparkly blue. And that seems to be surrounded in this next bit here by some brownier colours. So I've got a lovely bronze here, gold, and then there's some turquoise surrounding it. The rest of the peacock feather, all of these lovely feathery bits here, seem to be turquoises and sort of greeny colours. So I've got greens and turquoises. I'm going to use some of the greenish yellow there. This is a lovely deep green, and then we've got a dark turquoise, a different dark turquoise, the greenish blue, iridescent, and then some Paynes grey. I was thinking about Paynes grey for the central part, down the sort of the stem of the central part, I don't know what you call it, of the feather. Some pearl white, but I thought greens on their own, no, it's just too green. So of course I'm going to add a little bit of pink, add something just to really mix it up a little bit, make it more fun. All the paints I've mixed with the UK Floetrol, which is called owatrol. Let me show you here. See if you can get an idea of the consistency. It's probably not the best one to show you. It's actually really quite nice and runny. So then mix 2 parts owatrol to 1 part paint to 1.5 parts water, except for these iridescent ones. The iridescent ones I've put in 2 parts water because they're thicker to start with. So let's just have some fun and get started. My canvas is ready. I've put the really big push pins, oh, need to take that out. Put the really big push pins in the back. I've made sure that the canvas is perfectly level. So I've put my spirit level on all 4 edges of the canvas just to make sure it's completely level. The paint is quite runny, so if it's not level, it will just slide. As it's drying, it just won't stay, still. The base colour is this gorgeous colour. Look, I can show you the consistency better now. Can you see it's not really leaving a trace? It pours beautifully and it really does go straight under the surface of the paint quite quickly. So this is Amsterdam white with a little bit of Pebeo Studio Acrylics silver in. So it's just this really beautiful light grey that's got a bit of a shimmer. I was going to do a completely white base, but I find if anyone wants to hang this on a white wall, it can clash a bit. So I'm tempted just to put a little bit of colour in just to create a little bit more contrast. So I'm going to cover the base. Yeah. I've covered my canvas in the base. I've burst the air bubbles with my blowtorch. There was quite a lot of air bubbles. So I've got this feather template. I don't really want to put this down in order to trace the shape with paint because I don't want the edges. I just want to, I'm just using this just as a rough idea. What I think I might do is actually cut down the middle of it. So if I put down half of it, then I could then put the paint down of the other half, if that makes sense, to just as a bit of a guide as to where I'm going to put my paint. So there you go, I've just cut it completely in half down the middle. So I'm going to put this half down. This is just as a guide, so I will be picking this up again afterwards. I'm not going to press it right down because I don't want it to really stay too much. I'd quite like the very centre of the feather to have some Paynes grey, so I think that would be a really good starting point. So I'm going to put a line of Paynes grey down where the centre is, but stopping before I get to that lovely colourful bit at the end of the feather. So now my next decision is to decide what colours to put down with what. So I've got 2 definite greens, 3 definite turquoises, the pink and the white. Let's start with the dark turquoise. I've not done anything like this before, so I'm just literally working this out as I go. Now I don't want too much paint. Right, a bit like that for now. I'm going to pick this up, so I've got a rough outline for that half. Let's just gently pick this up. So it's going to pull some paint up, but that's okay. I've got plenty of paint. I can add more if I need to. Let's just put that out of the way. Yeah, I'm just going to add a bit more paint. And that will just naturally level out with time. So it doesn't matter if it's not spot on. Right, I'm going to mirror that. Good. So that was the dark turquoise. Let's add a bit of the bright blue, the bright greenish yellow. Oh, got air bubbles in this. Now my only concern so far is that that dark turquoise has sunk, so it means it's a bit too runny. I'm just going to do some wiggly lines. Right, that's quite a lot of paint down. It looks a bit strange at the moment, but I'm just going to torch it, get rid of the air bubbles. And I'm just going to start blowing it out just to see what happens. I'm going to start from this end. Right, that's the first part done. The colours are amazing. That pink is incredible. I am so glad I've added the pink. I think it would have been nice without it, but I like my pink and I like my bright contrasting colours, so I think that works really well. So I don't think I need any more paint particularly around here. I think what I will do is just carry on blowing around a lot now, just to tweak bits. And then think about that central part. So I'm just going to spend some time now sorting this out. So I think I finished the main part here. What I'd like to do is add just a little bit of definition, because if you actually look at a peacock feather, it's just made up of hundreds of tiny little wispy lines. So I hope I'm going to do the right thing here, but I'm just going to use some more of the Paynes grey and just drag it through just to create a few sort of wispy lines, and I'm hoping that's not going to wreck it. First of all though, I'm going to go up through the centre. I just think I need more definition to it. Yeah, I'm actually quite happy with that already. Okay, so I think I'm happy now with the main part of the feather. So I've obviously got the most important bit here left to do. Right in the centre, it looks like there was some purple, so I'm going to put the paint down. I'm not going to blow it, I don't think. Instead, I think I'm just going to create some of the design with pulling the stir stick through, because it's not feathery, it just has a totally different look to it. Right in the centre, it's a bit of a strange shape, which I will try and show you. It's kind of that sort of shape, so if I can just fill that in a bit. Right, so what I think actually I need to do is try and take up some of this paint, because it's not going to let me fill it in otherwise. Right. Change of plan. I'm just going to try and lift up some of this paint. So I don't know if you can see that, I've got quite a gap now, you can just see the canvas through. So let's try that again. So this is the metallic purple, and then I'm going to surround that with, right at the edge, just a lovely dark, deep purple around the edge. And then we've got the blues, so I'm going to go next with some metallic blue. And then some of the dark blue. And then on top, it was then the bronze and the gold. Where's my bronze? Oh, there. A bit smaller. And then I had the turquoise, the bluish green turquoise. here it is finished. It's so cool, so crazy, so funky, so bright. I'm really, really pleased with it. I have spent quite a long time fiddling, blowing around with the edges, adding in the definition with the Paynes grey. I think I love it. It'll be so interesting once it's dry to see what it looks like. So let me just take you in for a close-up because the colours are amazing. I love that really dark Paynes grey in the centre against these colours, all these turquoises. You can see, you get a hint there of the sparkle, I think. Yeah, oh yeah, you can really see the sparkle there. It looks gorgeous with you can see the yellow, green, the different turquoises, the pink. The pink was the iridescent pink, which works really well. There's some gorgeous, gorgeous cells, a little bubbly effects, just swirls. I think I just wanted the colours just to mix and mingle and react together. So there isn't a specific Dutch pour sort of pattern, but they just, yeah, it just looks great. And then with the definition with the Paynes grey here, it gives the whole thing some structure. Really pleased. Oh, look, I love that bit. That's that greenish yellow. It's such a lovely colour. And then if I show you the central part, so it's interesting because such a delicate feathery effect. And then you've got this almost like fireball right in the centre. I put the colours down and then I spent a long time with my finger just dabbing the paint and pulling the paint through. I find it's much softer to do that with your finger than with a stir stick. You get much better, softer results. So again, I've spent quite a long time fiddling to get it just to be the way I want it. Now, can you see that sparkle in the centre on that purple and that blue? That's the Decoart sparkle, that's gorgeous. Here, you'll notice it hasn't quite kept its shape properly. And that's just where the paint is moving on the canvas. So what I will probably do once it's dry is just paint over a little bit, just touch up some edges, just define some different areas a little bit more. But there you go. So happy. So I will be back when it's dry. So it's dry. It's gorgeous. The colours are amazing. Can you see the pearl white just shimmering there? It really stands out. Let me take you in for a close-up. The colours, can you see the iridescence? The colours are gorgeous. It's so, let me try and angle it so you can try and see some of the shimmer. Maybe you can't, that's difficult to see. Oh, you can there on the gold section. It's just so pretty. So if I start down this section, I'm so happy with this Paynes grey, this, I still don't know what you call it, the central line through a feather. The patterns are gorgeous. The colours have mixed really nicely. I love the little pops of pink in there. I just think that's so pretty. I'm really happy with the edges because I've got some little spikes and spikes up here, but without it being too dramatic. The central part looks very slightly different from when it was wet. What I've done is gone around and painted a little bit over the top. This purple section had completely distorted because of the paint moving. So I've just sharpened that up a little bit. I've just added a bit more of the dark purple just to create that border and that contrast. I'm really pleased with these swirly lines. It just softens it. It just creates such a different design in that central part to all the surrounding feather. And if you look at a peacock's feather, that's exactly what you have. You just have this sort of really floaty beginning bit of the feather, and then this really contrasting, sharp-edged section in the middle. So there it is. Let me know what you think. In my view, I think it's been a success, but it's not perfect. There's definitely room to improve things. My little boy thought it was a leaf, so maybe it's not enough peacock-like, but there you go. Great, let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe to my channel. If you like the painting, hit the like button, give it a thumbs up. Great. Take care. Bye.